Hello, welcome back to Cor Deo Online and Psalms. Today we are in Psalm 2. And Psalm 2 really is the second part of the introduction to the whole book of Psalms. In Psalm 1, we've got the contrast between the blessed one who delights in the law of the Lord in contrast to the wicked. And the question is, who are we going to listen to? Are we going to delight in God's word? Psalm 2 kind of pulls the curtain back a bit, and it says to us, okay, here's what's going on globally in this world. Here's what's taking place. And I want you to notice, again, we've got a contrast. And the contrast is being established here between the nations and the peoples and the kings of the earth and the rulers, all of these together. That's a lot of authority. You've got nations and peoples and kings and rulers, and they are setting themselves up against the Lord and his anointed, his Messiah, as we would think of it. And you see the bizarreness of this contrast, that all the planet coming together, all the authorities of this world can come together and say, let us burst their bonds apart, cast away their cords from us, as if they have the authority to make that decision. Well, this psalm kind of plays that out. And it's a fascinating psalm. In the middle, you'll see the Lord's response is to laugh at them, to hold them in derision, to say, look, I've established my king. I've established my son as king. And so therefore, when you come to the end of the psalm, what do you have? Back to the kings again and the rulers of the earth. It's a warning for them. You see, there is no comparison to be made. All of the authority of the rulers of the peoples of this world, the most powerful, the most wealthy, all of those who think they are able to determine future history, they need to be warned, because in contrast to them sits the Lord, established and in charge. And so they're warned to serve the Lord, to rejoice with trembling, to kiss the Son, to honor him, because he's the one, the Son of God. Jesus is the one that determines how history plays out. That's a real encouragement, isn't it? You see, we're seeing the contrast in this psalm between the amassed authorities of humanity in contrast to the absolute authority of God. But what we're finding as we read this, in terms of an application for us, real comfort, real encouragement. We do not need to be afraid when all of the forces of the world conspire together against the things of God, because God is the one who holds history in his hand. He is the one who is able to write the end of the story. He's the one who is so much in charge that he can laugh at those who think they can oppose him. And so in terms of an applicational point to this psalm, I just want you to notice this word right at the end. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. And that's our position, isn't it? As followers of Jesus, we've delighted in the Son, not just paying homage, but honoring him, serving him, rejoicing with trembling. It's a beautiful position to be in, to take refuge in the God who has absolute authority. Let me encourage you, go away and read the whole of Psalm 2. Soak in it. Let it do some work in your heart, and then share with others what you see there. In conversation, in email, in text message, and also, of course, in the comments below. Share what you appreciate about this psalm so that others can be blessed as well. Thanks for joining us in Psalm 2. See you next time. No surprise for Psalm 3.